Okay, so someone has asked me to make a tutorial on one of my videos that I made on Blender, which is the Five Nights at Freddy's, which is, this is what it looks like. It's, sure, it has a little bit of fireflies in it, a little, like, static, but this is a pretty advanced rig. It takes a lot of time to render. It probably took almost a day. I wanted to really look good, and I've been using Blender for quite some time, so I make stuff like this. Still in progress, but they'll be also on YouTube. It's not right now as I am recording, but I'm gonna put it eventually. That is also a really advanced one, so there's a lot of static in that one. I have to work on that quite some bit. And that special someone that asked me for a tutorial was Mr. Retro Gamer. Now, he is also an animator, so if you're also an animator, this will really help you. Because I looked at a lot of videos, so I'm gonna try to put this all together. I did record before, but something went wrong, as Apple intends. So let's see here. So this is what it looks like. It looks complicated, but that's all the bones. I'm gonna get rid of this real quick. Now it's cleaner. The video is not there right now because the video has been moved. Now, this is what it looks like. It looks like it goes faster, but you still get the point. I have a cold, so excuse me. So this square represents the page, and this represents the rest. So you have to tell Blender that this object is supposed to cast a shadow on this surface from the sun, which is not currently there for a reason at all. I don't know why it's not. Oh, there it is. Okay, I put it far away so it works a little better. But casting shadows from these two, which makes it extremely real. So if you make a motion tracking, that really makes it pop out and make it look really fantastic. So let's start here. So just click on Blender here. So you start with this. So I'm gonna drag it like so and put it in movie clip editor. So I currently don't have anything, so I'm gonna get the same video and just drag it in. I also have this one, which was also from a tutorial. That one helped a whole bunch. Actually, I'll probably use that one instead. Now I'm gonna use this video since he asked for a tutorial for that special video. So it doesn't need to be anything really complicated. You can just use a cube because that renders faster, and when it renders, you can really see how it looks like and see if it really moves. Because if it renders really slow, like the frames go really slow, you really can't see because it's moving either too slow. So you're basically asking, how do I start? Well, you start by adding markers. Now you can always go here and click on detect feature, but that not always works. You see, it sees that, but I can see a whole bunch of things it could use, like this, the windows in the train, which which was part of the idea, but that tracker will not help at all. It really helps if it's on a flat surface. And if your page looks like this, that is really helpful. So you start by adding markers. There is a faster way, but I don't mind doing the extra work. So it's always nice to get a page, and you have to have at least 8 markers. So you always put extra, because sometimes the lighting could mess it up or something, and more markers equals more stability. So when you think about it, is just put as much as you can, as clean as you can, so it looks better. So I put all the markers. So now what? So there's a plus here. Maybe you'll have it because you're probably in the motion tracking setting. So just click here and just click on a tracker, and this is what you see. So you can also move the cursor on by clicking in this square, and just press the S key on the selected marker, which is this one, and just press S. It'll do this. Don't put it too close, because the circle has to be inside. So you just do this with the rest of them. Move it, and there you go. This really helps because it makes it a little bit easier, because if I just take it, it sometimes goes too fast. So you just hear, and it makes it a little bit more precise. And you press S, and you just repeat this process until all of them are made. Now I can just practically select all of these and press the S. I am gonna try that. And that should be big enough. And I selected all of them. To unselect them, just press the A key. And if you want to select all of them, press it again. And then if you don't want all of them selected, just press it again, and there you go. Just want to make that clear so you can understand Blender a little bit better. That one may not work, but that's okay. I got a couple of extra ones. We're also going to go through some settings, but sometimes those settings are a little bit too much. But these are plain trackers, so there is a 3D search. Now all of them have that helps the search, but it makes sometimes for me I find it that it sometimes doesn't work, and this is simpler. So you just keep going until you have all of them like this. That one's fine, so I'm gonna go to this one. That one has been. Sometimes you can double check, because sometimes you probably did all of them and there's just this lonely one that you didn't do. So all of them seem fine. So press the A key 2 times to select all of them. If they're like this, that's when you select them all. And I like to select the camera as well, as you may never probably know what may happen. And from then you just go and you press this button, or you can do this and just press it multiple times, but if you press this one, you only press it once. Now it seems like it's working quite well, and some may give up, but that's okay. Wow, it's actually working quite well today. You see it's really slowing down right now? That's because it's probably going to its max reach. And my computer is not the best. Its memory is not the best either. Gotta put full screen for you. Always go further than you think, because if you're making a rig and you're posing it, you want some time in between that, because it may take longer than you think. So that's long enough. 142 frames. So I can just go here and just go here. That's what I wanted to do. Just so I'm prepared. I can always go here, but that'll always just make it go backwards, but that's okay. That's just the memory, just so it can play fluidly. So you go to solve, and you click solve camera motion. That's the first thing. So if you go here and view, set active object as camera. So you go into view, camera, set active object as camera. So now if I play it, and you may see it's red there, that part will not work. I figured out the hard way. If it's red, it's not going to reach that. So that's like the void. You might as well think of it. So if I click play here, why didn't it do that? Maybe I have to set up the tracking scene. It has nothing to track on yet, so set as background and set up tracking scene. Now you may see, oh, it looks fine, but sometimes if you just turn, oops, that's why they have a reverse button here. You go, and that's actually not bad. You see that all the trackers are completely straight. It can be better, but this is what it sees. So it's not always perfect, but I'll consider that a pretty well done job. So you have this plane. Do not delete this, because that is the background, as it's set up as ground. So that this is the shadowing. So also I must mention that this is the mesh. This is the layer that the camera will see as the polish, which is what you see here. And this one, anything that's here will be shadowed, so it'll be transparent, so shadows will go on it. This is pretty much a shadow caster. So this, I'm going to select both of them, view as camera. That's how I say it's not like that, but anyways, this is how you set it. So you fit this like what the surface is on. So I want this to be on top of that, because this is what I want my viewers to see. So I'm going to go to local, because it's much easier. It keeps it on the plus axis on the mesh. And just fit it nicely in there. It helps if you do this as well. And you may need to tinker in the corner, so go in edit mode and just do whatever. Oh, that's the wrong one, I forgot. Oh, I see how it's there. Okay, so my page is selected, and since it's on a surface that is a little bit higher, it may get a little wobbly, but that's why I do this. It helps quite some bit, I must say. I select every one of those corners, and I press E, and then drag it down until it reaches that point, and then I press E again, and just press S, which will make it bigger on the rim. So I have, what's this? Oh yeah, I forgot. I gotta press it again. And then S. There we go. That's much better. So I'm not focusing on the details here yet, because I want to make it simple. So I have the page, and I have the rest. So it'll look nicer. So you know where the boundaries are, and the shadows will work around that, so it'll make it look much nicer and better. Just put it on top here. I can already tell that it's already wonking away. And to see if it actually works, if everything works correctly, like that's the background and that's the object, and you don't see this, you go simply to this white ball and go to render. And as you can see, it looks perfectly. All that needs to work with is the lighting, and probably, you know, move the block a little bit. But you see, if there's no shadows, and it seems like it's not there, and it's not touching at all, it's floating there, it looks like a sticker. So shadows help a whole bunch. Like if there was a shadow here, you can see the shadow, and you can tell that it's touching this surface, and the light is touching it, and make it look good. So I can see that it's like that. Actually, I probably need to adjust a lot of that. And just make it touch it. And then move this over here. Scale just a wee little bit. That's not what I want to do, but that's what I want to do. I can tell it's not perfect, but it's okay for to show how it works and such. And then you go here. You might as well. It works faster if you have only one screen at a time, so you can kind of see if it works or not. There we go. Huh. It does that sometimes anyway. I want the background as well. Thank you. Okay. So my background's there. And I can see it kind of moves a little bit, and oh, it moved there. And sometimes this will appear, just seems like it moves that way or that way. That has to do with the trackers that need to be set up, but yeah.